Was good, peoples.
Hey y'all,
Hunt here.
it's Kiki. Welcome back to the Hunt Life Podcast. And I have a question. How responsible are we really about parents for our kids? How responsible are we as parents? Should we be held fully accountable for everything and anything that our kids do? Or will kids be kids and that's just the end of that? Like, you can only do the best that you can. Let's
The kids been wild. Clearly, that's
for other kids is just I don't know, like either they're just under attack in every way, shape, or form of fashion. It seems like if the mamas is not taking them out, they taking themselves out. It's just the kids are running rampant, and it seems to be a lot of discussion on the right or wrong way to parent. Like some people believe kids will be kids. There's nothing that you could do. You could try your best. It's some parents that feel too badly, then it's something you did wrong as a parent. So our question to you is, what do you feel? Kids will be kids. It don't matter how good of a parent you are. Kids are gonna be kids. They're gonna do what they want. Or is it you did something down the road, you messed up down the line of raising them, and now your kid is out here being reckless. They're YN. They're out here putting their lives at risk, putting other people at risk, and they are paying the consequences at very early ages for things.
thinking that it's a video game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not gonna sugarcoat it. They out here treating life like it's a video game.
Right.
And because they treating life like a video game, they thinking that either people gonna come back or they get redos. And in life, you don't get redos. You barely get a second chance, especially when you black. So if we saying that being black, we barely get these chances, we barely get a break. What's the purpose of not teaching our kids the right from wrong so they can have better circumstances?
Yeah.
I say that because 3 kids lost their life in 1 week.
Yep.
You have the Austin McCaffrey boy, RIP. Then you have the Carmelo Anthony boy. He's going to jail forever. And then also the Austin McCaffrey boy.
Allegedly, we don't know, but
No, because this Texas, he going to jail. He broke a knife on school grounds, and he did what he did. It wasn't self-defense. It wasn't none of that. He did what he did. So therefore, he's going to get treated as he is, the criminal. He did a criminal activity. He's going to have criminal consequences. We can't, I get that whole allegedly stuff, but when it comes to situations when he actually said that he did it, when the cops came and got him, he said, I did it. So you already confessed that you did the murder. So because you confessed it ain't no more allegedly. You did it. Now, the dude twin also lost his best friend. So it's like, this is crazy. It's too much going on, and these kids are like BSing. Cause that was straight up BS. Like,
it's kid, you know.
I get it, it's kid stuff, but they also wasn't going to no ghetto school.
Yeah.
Like, and those are the worst ones.
Yeah.
Your parents put you in a better situation, and y'all still acting like y'all thugs. Like, what's up with that? Like, that makes no sense to me. Why the people that's not from the hood want to be from the hood so bad? Like, we try so hard to get our kids away from that lifestyle because we figured that that's what they need. But in all, they are attracted to that lifestyle. I get it, the music, all the extra stuff that comes along with it. But still, bro, like that doesn't make any sense. Like, why do we have to be so fixated on living life wrong?
Yeah.
And it comes to like, are we really watching our kids? Are we really watching our kids? Are we really putting our kids in the best situation?
Right.
Because if we are really like, say for instance, because the simple fact of that he had his father in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's some of us that never had a father in our life, and we still chose to do the right thing. This is a kid that had a father in his life and every single thing, and he still chose to be a little knucklehead.
But we don't know the circumstances of the stuff that was happening though. Like sometimes it is circumstantial. Sometimes it is like cause what yes his father was involved,
But
but
he's not a
again,
product of his environment.
he's not. But how we know his father was there, but how we know his father was involved? Because I think that's another conversation. Like we feel like because we're there, we didn't abandon you, or because I don't know much about the family. I don't know if him and the wife is married and he's actually in the household, or if it's they're not separated and he's just kind of involved. Or because it could be different circumstances. Of what I tell people is different circumstances. Yes, y'all could be co-parenting, cool, but and not to say that your kid won't turn out correctly with co-parenting. It's better than nothing, but it strive to have everybody in the same household because the things that one can get away with just the mom, it's not the same things that they can get away with
Both
both of
parents in the
y'all in the
house.
house because somebody always to cover what's happening, whether it's you or it's him.
Mhm.
Now, if you have, because a lot of people have that too, the parents that are in the household that are not really parenting, they're just there doing bare minimum things. So that brings a whole nother discussion because, like, that's something I think is not talked about enough. Yes, you were there, but what did you contribute to your child's upbringing? Were
Mhm.
you telling them right from wrong? Were you seeing who their friends were? Were you telling them how to move? Were you cutting off friends because you was like, yeah, nah, that ain't it. We ain't doing that. That is what we not doing. Because as parents, it's more than feeding your kids, clothing your kids, having shelter for your kids, giving them all the things that they want. We have to realize that it's being
Kids are
a
watching us.
kids are watching.
That's why the title is Kids Are Watching Us,
Mm-hmm.
because they are. They're watching our every move. They're watching to see if we're doing the right things. Are we teaching them the right things? It's not even about it's not even about telling them the right things. Some of the time it's just straight blatantly about doing the right things, and they're
Mm-hmm.
watching your actions and they're maneuvering the same way
Mm-hmm.
because you're teaching them how to maneuver. Because teaching kids is multiple things. It comes in two forms. It comes in word forms and then it comes with your actions. So which one is aligning? Are both of them aligning with each other? Because if both of them are aligning with each other, when your kids are watching you, then they're seeing that they're supposed to do great.
Yeah.
Are you actually putting consequences on your kids' actions
Because
so
that's
they
something.
can do good?
Yeah, because I think as parents, that's something a lot of us struggle with. I don't really think it matters what background you come from. I think a lot of parents, now you have your ones that are just strict and they just like, I don't care, that y'all rare and y'all got that. But for a lot of us, whether you had strict parents or you had parents that were very loose with you, I think that's something every parent struggles with is how to discipline your kids and hold them accountable for their actions because actually a lot of us grew up in a contradicting atmosphere. You were told there's consequences for your actions, but when it was really time for you to have the consequences for your actions
Mhm.
outside of like just grounding them, right? Or okay, you're on punishment this week, or no, you can't have the new game. Like that's like light work punishment. What about when you tell your kid we pay for them tickets, but you're not going?
I had that type of punishment.
Like, what
My
about
my T got down like that, bro. Like
yeah, like
if
we
I'm on punishment, that means that I literally dead ass have to miss my cousin birthday stuff
Mhm.
when he turned like 16 and like all the fellas was going to hang out. I dead ass had to miss that because I did do something to get myself put on punishment.
Mm,
I missed Fright Fest because I did do something to put myself on punishment. So when it comes, like, I grew up like that.
yeah.
If I did something wrong, if me, my brother, and my sister, we did something wrong, trust and believe that we gonna get punished for that shit. It wasn't none of that. Like, but I get it. Some people that grow up in that type of circumstances, and I feel like a lot of it is not happening these days.
Yeah, and like, does that punishment work for your kid? Because again, for every kid, that might not work. Some kids just get get numb to the the specific type of punishment,
Yeah.
right? So it's like for some kids that's gonna work. It's gonna be like, oh, don't worry about me, because that's what you're doing. So it's understanding who your kid is and really holding their feet to the fire. And then if you see that they're steady, constantly doing things, and you can't stop the behavior, now we need to go and be like, well, wait a minute, let's evaluate the situation. I don't believe that kids are out here acting. I don't care who agree and who don't agree. I do not believe that kids are out here acting crazy just to be acting crazy.
No, they
I do
doing
not
what they
believe
show.
that kids are just gonna do what they want to do, and you just the rebellion stage ain't no joke. We know that like kids are going to rebel. That is, I keep saying that, and I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back that didn't hear me the first 3 times. Rebellion is a part of life. They need that for a healthy developmental. It's a healthy developmental phase that all full have to go through, because if you do not go through it at the proper time, which is during those teenage years, that 15, 16, 17 ish, you're going to be an older adult, a fully grown adult, going through a rebellion stage at 30. That ain't cute. That's 10 times worse, because now you rebelling against what, baby? Yourself, because you grown now. You bypassed that stage, but your mind is still there.
Mhm.
You don't want to be an old person in a rebellious phase because you didn't do that back when you were supposed to, when it was appropriate for you to do that. So yes, but we have to stop taking rebellion and basing it around how we raise our kids. A lot of people do not understand that you have certain years to really fully put into your child. And those years
It's
are
before
from,
teenage years.
I'm
I can tell
telling
you
you,
that for a fact.
we be letting these kids get away with way too much younger because we feel like, oh, they're young, so it don't need to be that in depth. And we don't start getting strict on them until they hit the teenage age. And now it's like, oh no, you're not, now you done got strict, but you should have been strict back like that back then today. I tell people from that 5 to 10, you got to be on their behind.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be on it, because that is the pivotal point of when you are really building who they are going to become.
Yeah,
They
the
are
character.
seeing what you're gonna tolerate from them. They are already like peeping you out.
Yeah, they sizing you up.
They like, oh, okay, this how she, okay, I can overwhelm them. They gonna go on about their business.
Mm-hmm.
Or she gonna get frustrated and she gonna go in her room. She ain't gonna talk to me for a couple days. So they planning. They already in their mind trying to see how they maneuver. If you start showing them from an early age, no, that's not what. And that's what people don't talk about. They don't go back to those early years of adolescence and say, what was I doing with him at 5? What was I letting him get away with at 5, 6, 7? Because was the lying phase. How many people tolerate their kids lying because it's a part of the developmental thing? Oh, kids do that. No, I don't do liars. Like, I'm telling you that now. So when you get older and you continue to do it, we already understand that there's gonna be bigger consequences the more you continue to do this. I'm hard on him now because teenage years, I ain't gonna fight. It's too late. By the time you let your kids get to teenage years and you ain't did nothing to intervene and stop it, they're out of control.
Even with telephone fathers.
Yeah.
Because if you don't pull up every single time that you say that you're gonna pull up because they're doing bad, eventually the kid's gonna get used to you not pulling up to
Mm-hmm.
where now they didn't figure that out. I know I can act the ass for a little bit, but then he just gonna call, he gonna talk to me, and that's it.
Yeah.
So that's a thin line too. I feel like with them situations, you gotta pull up.
Yeah.
You
Got
gotta
every
drop
single
everything,
time.
like you can't you can miss a time, but you gotta throw them off. You can't let them know that the schedule, but you gotta pull up.
School, if he got in trouble at school, but by the time they pull up at the house, you need to be outside waiting. Like you
It's not gonna
gonna
pick
be
them up. You feel me?
bit like
Like yeah, that's
that's
part
what
of the
they need to
game.
know. My daddy ain't finna play. Like he on my ass. Like he is not gonna play these games with me because kids need to see that.
Mm.
If it's like, oh, okay, he ain't finna come way over here. He live across town. He's 45-minute drive. But by the time he think about it, calm down, he get over here. Yeah, who got time to fight? We done already had it out. Like the kids not worried. The kids not worried about what we talking about.
Yeah, eventually they just not gonna pay it no mind.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
gonna
like
come over here, you gonna fuss, you gonna give your little speech, you gonna leave.
Yeah.
Baby, you need the daddy that's gonna be like, I'm sleeping on the couch. Like, I'm sleeping on the couch this weekend. That's cool with you. Because if you think you finna get like y'all like that's co-parenting. Like you need that type of environment. If your kid acting up the weekend, baby, I'm at the house. Like, don't you worry about it. I sleep on the couch. I'm here. Like, because if you think I'm finna leave and you gonna go back, not like that. You need that type of energy. Because kids is gonna try you every time. That's what they're built to do that.
Yeah.
So we not on them early, and we not like on it, like unpredictable. Like my son, like I think he's realizing, like, baby, my parents.
He
They
never
some
know.
fruit. Yeah,
He never
you
know.
never know if he finna give you a speech. We finna talk to you. You never know what the punishment finna be. You know, like you gonna mess around. You gonna find out what it is. Like
Yeah.
play if you want to. Like we finna teach you how to gamble. Like
Yeah.
we finna teach you how to gamble this thing at. Like what you
But
got?
I feel like that's a positive because that's gonna make him want to like think about his actions before he do it.
Yeah.
Because he just never know how we gonna handle the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that we be beating our kids, but what we're saying is that oh, you gonna be punished. You will get YouTube taken away from you. Oh, you will get the video game taken away from you. Like I wholeheartedly believe in keeping the game in there and take the controllers.
Just a little
Like
bit stare at you.
like I'm dead ass diabolical like that. Like so I did that plenty of times, you feel me? I leave the
You
game in
don't
there.
just be. We don't go into hitting our kids. That's never our first option. By the time you got a whooping, you just was out here
Yeah, you
downright
really did
wild.
something for that.
Like so, we found other ways to be creative with our punishment. I might make you write an essay. Because
Hmm.
I will. I will still make him write an essay. He used to get little and get in trouble. You finna write sentences. Don't give me 100 of them sentences. I will not do this. I am not this. Write that Bible verse down real quick 100 times. I'm that mom. Like,
You BSing up on your phone too much, and I see that you just on YouTube all day long. I'ma shut the whole phone down. Like I instantly go on Family Link and I shut the whole phone down. I shut the tablet down too. Like you're gonna have to figure it out. You feel me?
yeah,
Because I'm not into that whole like you gonna have to reap the benefits of your
you
actions.
have to.
I
It's a
don't believe in
consequence.
not doing that. You got to, and
Hmm.
that's part of like raising kids in this society that's gonna be able to like function.
Hmm.
Like regardless of what it is, we have to teach our kids how to function in this society because this society is crazy.
Yeah.
So how else are we gonna like we have to do different things to
You
be able
can't
to teach them.
fake it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
You can't pump fake. You can't
No.
be like, you can't tell, because we do that. We tell our kids, it's actions for your consequences, but then we don't get an action.
Yeah.
They be doing stuff, and then we don't get an action. We want to talk to them, and I get it because we want to talk to them. You don't want to have to go there, but you have to because kids toxic like that. They are just toxic, and it's a rite of passage. It's the developmental phase. Like they need this to understand what they can and cannot do. They really do need it. So if we not strong enough in who we are as their parents, you have the kids who didn't grow up in the hood, but they searching for their life, right? You have those kids to get themselves in a situation like the one in Texas where they ended up he unalived the little boy, and now both. I mean, because people trying to make this a race issue,
It's not
and it's
race.
not a
It's
race.
kids thing.
It's a kid thing. Like this is a parenting issue. This is a kid issue. This is we need to figure out if this is starting to happen in the suburbs. We need to figure out really what are we doing because now we're getting a little bit of money and we're bringing it with us. We bringing the trauma with us. So now it's like, dang.
Cause I mean, I assume like, cause we in Texas, you feel me? So especially outside of Houston, I thought going to moving to Spring was the move. Spring not the move no
Yeah.
more because they bringing all of the ghetto ass people out the Spring, and they done pretty much polluted Spring. So it's like, where do you really go? Cause it's like, if we're trying to get our kids in better situations and better surroundings, we also have to grow with the surroundings
We
too.
do.
So
Mentally, you have to be able to go too.
yeah. Yeah, because that's the only way that it's gonna work. Like you mentally have to take yourself out of that position from which you was when you was younger, especially when it comes to raising your kids, and have to like take that and have it travel with you.
a survival mentality. But that's what it is. A lot of people are stuck in a survival mentality, and we don't realize we're raising our kids in a survival mentality.
Yeah.
So they're products. Kids, I will continue. I don't care if people may. I will continue to say that kids are a product of what you show them, not what you tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere down the line, you showed them this behavior was okay. Whether it's from them watching how you interact with other people, how other people are interacting with you, the things that are going. Like kids are. It's not just about what you telling them, and it's not necessarily about what you just showing them around your house in specific environments. That's why I tell people make sure you have a positive environment to where y'all are all real adults and y'all not gonna bring kids into stuff because the way that they see you allowing other people to treat you, they're gathering their information from that. If you let these people treat you like crap, you're not gonna come tell me nothing by the time I hit 17, 16. Cause girl, what you gonna tell
15,
me? Like you
13.
sitting up and let your mama disrespect you, so how you gonna tell me something?
I
You
remember
look
them
at
early
me.
teenage years. Really rough.
You nuck if you buck at that age. So if you letting them for years, you're letting them watch somebody treat you like crap, and then you want to be like big bully to them. They're not having that. Like it's important for you to let them watch you have healthy relationships. That's why when we had Santana, I really started to put emphasis on I want to be in a healthy environment for my kid. I'm not gonna be hooping, hollering, fussing, fighting with everybody around me. Like y'all not gonna bring all of that over here because he's watching. Kids are
Kids are
taking this
watching.
in. So no, I'm not gonna be on this roller coaster where 1 week we cool and the next week we falling out, we fighting each other, we cussing each other out, you calling my phone, cussing me out on call. They are watching that stuff. And now you sitting up here trying to parent and they talking about, oh, you ain't say that to your mama last week. It's important. Like you cannot raise your kids in that type of environment and still try to parent them. The more we show them, and even you being a bad person, you because I listen, cuss a lot, and sometimes I don't have that much patience. I'm working on it because I don't want my kids to normalize that behavior. Like I don't want you to think I'm always a hostile human being, right? Because I vent to myself a lot. I might not say it to the people, but I'm in the car. I might drive. I got real bad road rage.
Yeah, but if you tell me that saying, I mean, it's the truth. If you tell me that saying cussed at you or you heard him cuss, I'm gonna be like, yeah, the truth. Cause I mean, like, yeah, he got a potty mouth. Like, it's getting better, but he does have a potty mouth, and then him and his friends, like,
That's what I'm saying. And so that's why I'm like, it's making me have to clean up my behavior too. And like, but I do pride myself on how he see me treat others. Like I make sure he see me give to people. I make sure he see me like checking on people and how I navigate my relationships and how when I do. That I mean he not well Santana is he be in my business real too.
I'm not saying he knows it.
Santana think he my daddy. But I digress. But he interacts with my friends or like my coworkers and like he actually yes like he watches because we do so much together the family we work together and like we are husband and wife so he does see those different dynamics
Yeah.
of okay well they doing work stuff right now they're talking about work stuff because we talk about a lot in front of him too so it's like oh okay right now they're discussing work stuff like this is how they all right this is how they navigate this, and like, okay, this is personal. Okay, this is how they.
Hear more.
Yeah, so they had like
Right.
he gets to see multiple sides. We might be having a political conversation because that is 10 times, 9 times out of 10 in the midst of those conversations. It's some conversation I'm like, this ain't your business. I need you to go exit left. So you're gonna get out my mouth.
Oh, we don't
But
mind telling him that, like, nah, this is not a kid's conversation.
yeah, like
I wasn't talking.
I wasn't talking to you. And like need to leave. If I'm on the phone with my friend and we maybe talking about specific things, goodbye. Like exit the room. Because it is certain things that kids should not be around for. Now if the people in another room listen.
I can't stop that. He in the other room.
But it's just you have to be parenting I think is so much in depth and nobody told us how in depth it was. Right?
Yeah.
Like our parents didn't tell us why we had to make sure we watch what we said around our kids. They didn't teach us to make sure that we have the right friends and the right environment and we're raising like we're being the example. I think that's what a lot of people don't like. It's the fact that you literally have to be the example for your children. You have to be the person that you are telling your kids to be. Because if not, I did a post about that on TikTok. Ain't nobody gonna humble you like your kids.
Yes.
Your kids will humble the mess out of you because they gonna give you they gonna show you that you ain't changed as much as you trying to portray out here to these people. They gonna show you everything that you have been doing behind closed doors. They gonna show it out loud. That kids will humble you. You would think that you're doing a good job, and they gonna show you every negative thing that you're doing around them that you did not fix. That is why it's important. And does that make us perfect? No. Like I said, I still have my moments. But when I think about what type of person I want him to be, I make sure I demonstrate that.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we are lacking a lot. Like we don't want to be the example. We just want to tell them this is what you do, or don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do. I can't stand that statement.
That's such an old statement.
Do as I
Like,
say, not as I do.
yeah,
I
like
can't.
that's that old school statement.
That's a
But
toxic
that's
statement.
yeah, that's toxic as hell. But I mean, I think that's the part about like trying to raise like boys. Trying to raise, I don't know how it is to raise girls
Yeah.
because we got two boys. But raising boys is like it's tough because like you never know how to handle that situation because different things cause for different situations. So it's like, how do you handle when they flaring up their little chest because they pissed? And it's like, calm down, bro. Like, you gotta relax, man. Like, you don't have it as tough as you think you do. Like
They're trying to find themselves
yeah.
too, y'all, and I think we forget that. Like we're trying to help. I believe that we're guiders. Like that's kind of how I navigate my relationship with my kids. I
Hmm.
think I would navigate that if I had a girl. That we're showing them who they are, right? That they're searching for. They're trying to figure out who they are outside of not just being your child. They're trying to figure out who they are too. So if you're not showing them the things and we're only telling them, that's like you that's like what's up, Jackie? That's like me talking to you about a movie you never seen. And I'm telling you all about it, and you looking at me like, girl, I don't know what you're talking about because I didn't watch the movie. I didn't see it, so I don't. And I'm telling you about all the cool stuff that happened, all the parts, and you just like, girl, I don't know what. That's what it's like when you tell your kids, do as I say and not as I do. You telling them a movie that they've never seen in their life. They don't know what you talking.
Yeah, some of the time we
They
ain't never
clueless.
seen the movie.
We trying to figure it out too. So it's trying your best to be the example, but you have to catch them in them adolescent years. That 5 to 7, 5 to 10. I really say that 5 to 7 because baby, since 10 to 10, to 10 to 10, like that 8, 9, and I was like, I don't know. Listen, this getting old. What is this? This look rough. Who is he? Like he didn't. I don't know if the piece of testosterone hit him. I don't know what happened. Like he just flipped. All right.
Hmm.
And it's still kind of been going through that. Like I feel like it's starting to kind of even out. I don't know. Don't listen. I don't know. But
Because it's just getting to preteen,
it
so
is a preteen.
now that's that extra oomph finna come in.
Listen, but he funny. He mad funny. Like, cause he honest. Like he definitely gets that from us. Like he's very honest, but he's more. He's softer. He'll say it softer, but you really got to be listening to what he's saying because he'll play you like a fiddle.
Yeah, he
Like he'll say it soft. He one of the people that's like nice, nasty. He'll say it very nicely, but he be playing you the
say
whole
it under his
time. He
breath.
go
That's what
over
he
your
do.
head.
Right, yeah, he gonna say it under his
Like he
breath.
won't tell you outright you stupid, but the way he finna word that, give you that good word salad, you gonna be like, wait, did he just hold up?
Oh yeah, he'll pull a
He's that
Kamala.
type of so it's that. So
Right.
I'm like, you just have to be able to that 3 to 7, that 5 to 7 is important. Like you have to be on they behinds at that age. I know it seems like, oh, it's cute. They little, they don't know what they doing. No.
Nah,
You
because we
have to
got
be
one around
like,
here now that act like,
no limits
uh-uh.
on. He about to be 5. And I'm on, baby, because
Look,
he the no limit soldier. He be like, you just, and he always been like that. You just gonna have to do it, baby. You gonna whoop me, do it. You gonna
like
push me,
very
do
vocal,
it.
all of this
You
stuff.
gonna put
So
me
it's
in
like,
timeout, you better do it.
you gotta show 'em.
Santana do threats. Santana,
Mm-mm.
when he was like 3, 4, he did threats. You could threaten him. Like, I'm alright. He back off. Maddox, he
Mm.
like, do it then. Girl, I ain't scared of you. He really, that be his mental. He make you show him, and now that he's like, going into this week, I promise y'all, he literally finna turn 5 next week, and I don't know what he is losing his mind. And listen, I'm like, oh, I'm about to have you. You think I'm scared of you. I think that's what you think. So now I'm on him because it's unacceptable
Yeah, because
behavior.
you at your toddler stage, you're a kid now. Like now we have to treat you as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's grow. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, yep,
People don't want to grow with their kids.
yep.
You have to grow with them. When they're a baby,
Mm-hmm.
you let stuff slide. Because some people be more tough on a baby than what they are with their toddler. Their toddler running around here causing havoc and everything, and the toddler can just do what the toddler wants. But the baby was just sitting over there crying all day long, and you mad at the baby for crying. Like
Yeah.
you gotta,
Now the
you
baby
got,
stages, I did spoil, baby. Don't hold him so, baby. I held my kids because they only that man that time go fast. Like Tyler said, not even the baby phase, like that 1 year up into that 2 years go fast. And I remember somebody told us that when we had Santana, like enjoyed like the first couple of years because they go by root and they do with both kids. I feel like they just sped by, and I'm like, bruh. I don't see that. Like I can't. How you want me to be mean to my a baby? Yeah, I'm gonna be mean to baby. Now when they get into the Tyler phases, that I'm telling you, it's parenting starts there at them Tyler phases. Like I done told you don't do that no more. Like you gotta be able to start letting them know right here, right now. But a lot of times we catch it too late. It's not until they start hitting it, and you know why they don't start doing this because that's when their brain can start developing some of the things that has already happened to them
yeah,
that they didn't like, and now we're seeing their traumas that they are having or that we did display to them. They're actually able to articulate it not correctly, but they are able to show that, and we not thinking about what happened 5 years ago when they were 6.
mm-hmm.
Like, we not thinking about that no more. Like, because we like, what the hell they got? They couldn't express it then. They can now. So it's a delayed response.
Yeah,
So that's what you're saying. So now you got to go back and fix that. That's why I say them early years, get them. Like, because I just feel like it won't make the teenage years as long. Like, it won't make it as hard. Yes, they're going to go through the rebellion period. That's just, child, that's inevitable. But it's healthy. It's healthy. And I know we hate to hear that, but it's healthy for developmental phases.
yeah. Because it's also the growing. Like you handle your teenagers the way like you handle your teenagers to a certain extent like young adults
Yeah,
because they are
they
young
are. They
adults.
are. Hmm.
So you have to handle them in that type of situation. Now, when you're preteens, you got to handle them still kind of sort of like kids